welcome interface of Photoshop, and here we'll have some recent works that we have done on this system. You can sort them out by recent, you can sort them out by names, you can sort them out by size, you can also sort them out by kind. So it depends on you. This also is for rearrangement. This one goes to the front, while this one comes to the this one comes forward and this one goes to, so just like the arrangement like that. So you are rotating in the A to Z or Z to A method. Then you can search based on you can check this based on the list where you can see the details, and you can check based on the thumbnail. So we have this to create a new document, and also we have this to open an existing document. If you are just coming up with Photoshop for the first time, so I'll go to edit and I'll go to I'll go to file, recent file, and I'll say clear recent list. If I clear recent list, this is how the interface will look like, blank like this, and you can start your Photoshop. You have your menu here: file, edit, image, layer, type, select, filter, 3D, view, windows, and help. And also we have this to be the maximize, the minimize, the restore to window, the maximize, and the close button. So for now we are going to start by creating a new document. Just creating the create new document, the create new button here, and we have different sizes. These are some of the recent items that the Photoshop application have discovered that I've used. We have the sift, that's if you already saved any, right? Then we have the photos, different sizes of Photoshop. This is default Photoshop size, that's 7 by 5 inches. Then we have the print, we have the art and illustrations, we have the web, we have the mobile, we have the film and video. So right now I would go and start from I'll just pick, let me start from web. And beyond all of this, we have a preset details where you can set up your own default stuff. Let's say I want to set up Instagram size. Then the Instagram normal size, I think 1080 by 1080 pixel is a box size. We have the orientation, which is what portrait. Then we have landscape, and we have this to be an artboard. I will explain on an artboard is a feature that enables you to design more than one design on a single document. So I will leave it like this now. I'll make it portrait. The pixels, you know, your measurement should be in degree. Then the resolution determines how thick the graphics stuff is. For example, now if I've untick this and I click on create one, now I will have just a document open. So but if I click on the first menu and I click on artboard, let's say I want to have like 3 to 5 design, I can just drag on it, then something happen here. This automatically becomes artboard 1. If I click on this plus, I have another artboard, which gives me the power to design 2 or 3 artboard design on the same page. I can add more to the top here, I can add more here, I can add board here, I can add more here. So let me close this and let me go through file new again, and when I tick this, it automatically add this artboard, which means by just clicking on the artboard here, I can add more. So I'll close this once again and I'll click on create new. I'll set the file 1080 by 1080. It's not compulsory, it's 1080 by 1080 that you are having. But other thing you want to know is that the resolution, if you are designing for web, majorly you want to use between 72 and 100. Why is it that? Because we have pixel per inch. So let me explain what that means. So let me look for a picture. Look at the picture here. That will drag the picture. I'll drag the picture here. All right. So I'll drag the picture here. Now look at this picture. Every picture is made up of pixel. Now let's say I'll zoom the picture so that you can see it very well. Can you see? You can see they are made up of small rectangle box. Can you see it clearer now? And let's say we have this place to be 1 inch. Do you understand? Let's say we have this place to be 1 inch. Now when you click on file new and you have 72 pixel per inch, that means you must have between this place and this place, you must have 72 of this, of each one pixel. Did you get it? So now if you are going to have 72 pixel per inch, that means the pixel will sit on each other. You understand? They will have to sit on each other. It will make the picture to be more solid, more heavy, more thick. Do you understand? So if for example I'm having file new, I'm having this to be 1000 pixel per inch, what will happen? That means 1000 of each pixel will have to sit on each other, which makes it bigger. It makes the size more bigger. It makes the color more thicker. Do you understand? It will make the size of the image to be more heavier. Do you understand? So all this is decided by this pixel per inch. In some other graphic application, we have dot per inch. I think in Corel it's dot per inch. We have pixel per centimeter. That means number of pixels you want to have in 1 centimeter. So I'll leave it because it's going to web. Usually between 180 and 70 is okay for web. So it's okay. It's actually okay for web. We have orientation, portrait, or landscape. So that's on that. So once that is done, that means we have 72 pixel per inch. Then you can now, okay, I'll take this to be 1080 by 1080. Then I'll click on create. So I have this now. Now if you look at the bottom side here, you will see the configuration, which is what? 1080 by 1080, 72 ppi point per inch. So now we have this to be 50%. That means 50% of the total visual, it has been zoomed in to be 50%. All right. So what other thing do we need to know here from file new? We have the color mode. Now the color mode depends on what the graphics is meant to do. For example, if I'm designing majorly for web, I'll go to web, because most of designs these days are web. Everything is going on the web now, so you must learn how to design the appropriate graphics for web. We have this to be RGB mode, will be the only mode you will see here, because the web, any designs that is final output will be on screen, it will be on mobile phones, it will be on TV screen. It is usually categorized as RGB mode. That is the red, green, and. But if I'm going to printing, that's on print, we have another mode, which is what? The CYMK mode. It's possible for you to design with RGB and later convert it, but the major ones you use in printing is what? CMYK. What that CMYK is simply cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. That K represent black, and those are the four printing color modes. We have the cyan, the magenta, the yellow. All other colors is a certain percentage of cyan, certain percentage of magenta, certain percentage of yellow, and certain percentage of black. So just like we have our normal primary color and secondary colors, they are what? They are mixture of some percentage of each other colors to provide another color. So that's all we have on that. So right now we'll stick to our web, and we'll maintain our settings just like what we have here. So that is the first thing you need to know about your Photoshop. Now to the left here we have your tools. We have your tools, which we will take our time to explain all the tools we have here. And the screen arrangement is another thing that I want you to get yourself familiar with. Now the bar here is what we call the property bar, and everything you have here changes based on the element that is choosing here. If I'm choosing this, you can see that what we have here will change. I'm choosing this, what we have here will change, and on and on and on and on, using all, because each of this menu has its own this tool has its own specific properties. Another thing you want to know here is the arrangement. You can see the properties here: the character, the paragraph, the clips, the libraries, the canvas, and rules and grids and layers. So we have that one is called graphics, and where I can go to essential, you can see that there is a little change in the arrangement. I can go to motion, there is a little change in the arrangement depending on what Photoshop is supposed to be used for, or what you want to use for. This is for gravers. You can reset, and you can reset any of the modes you have here. If I'm using graphics and possibly along the line there's a mistake, this guy is dragged away, another guy here is dragged away, I can come down here and say reset graphics, and where what happened, it returns it back to where it's supposed to be. That's the basic you need to know about Photoshop. And we go ahead and we start working with some of the things we need to get ourselves familiar with. So I'm going to close this because it's still part of what we're going to learn, editing pictures, and I'll close this, and from there we go.